Hey all, today we're going to shift our thinking to talking about triangles, and we're going to start with a discussion on some relationships that exist between their sides and their angles. So a few quick notes before we get into that. Triangles have three sides, hence the name tri, or the prefix tri in triangles. And then there are three angles, hence the part angles. So we have three sides, three angles. In this triangle I have side AB, I have side BC, and I have side AC. And notice I name those sides using the line segment symbol because they're line segments. And then I have my angle A, angle B, and angle C. Another important note is that if I took the measures of all the angles in a triangle, all three angles, they always, every time, every single time, will add up to 180 degrees. So it's a good fact to memorize. We're going to use it often this year. So add these two ideas to your flipbook. We can order the side lengths of a triangle if we just know the angle measures. And the way we do that is that the longest side is always going to be across from the largest angle. So in this picture, my largest angle is 94. The longest side is across from it. 94 is being made by sides AC and sides AB. The side across from 94 is the side that isn't making that angle at all. So in this case, side BC. Another way to look at that is if we start at the vertex of the angle A and draw a line through the triangle, pointing an arrow. The arrow points at the side across from it, side BC. So side BC in this triangle is the longest side. Similar to that, if we know the side lengths of the triangle, we can order the angles. We can determine which angle is the biggest, which one's the smallest. The smallest angle is across from the smallest side. So my smallest side is 10, that's side AC. The angle across from it is going to be the angle that AC is not making. So AC touches vertex A, touches vertex C, so that means that angle B is across from it, meaning angle B is the smallest angle in this triangle. So let's do a couple examples. You're going to be asked sometimes to order the side lengths, and it's very important to look at which way I want to order them. So here I'm saying from least to greatest. So that means list the smallest one first. So I'll go find the smallest angle. That's angle B. And the side across from angle B is side DC. Notice side DC does not touch angle B at all. That's what makes them opposite from each other. And so that DC is the smallest side. Then I'll go look at the biggest angle, 70. The side across from 70 is BC. Again, notice side BC doesn't touch this angle at all. It's across from it, it's opposite, so BC is the longest. That means that BD is the one in the middle. And then there I can list them in order from smallest to largest, or least to greatest. Do the same thing for this one. 34 is my smallest angle. That makes XB across from it my smallest side. 104 is my biggest angle. That makes WV across from it my biggest side. And that means WX is in the middle. So go ahead and pause right here. Give these two a shot. Order the sides from least to greatest. So again, we're going least to greatest. I'll find my smallest angle in this one, angle M. Side KL is across from it. This side, KL, doesn't touch angle M. That means it's opposite, so KL is the smallest. 89 is the biggest angle. That makes ML the longest side. And so there we go in order. And make sure when you're naming these sides, you put the segment symbol on top of the letters. Over here, 50 is my smallest angle, making PQ my smallest side. 70 is my biggest angle, making QR my biggest side. And there they are listed. Just a real quick note too, if you named any of these backwards from when I named them, that's okay. So PQ could also be called QP, PR could also be called RP, QR could also be called RQ. As long as they're in the same order, you're good. So now let's deal with listing the angles if we know the side lengths. So real quick, let's check the directions. This time we want to go greatest to least. So we want to list the biggest angle first. So I'm going to go find the biggest side, EF. Side EF touches angle E and angle F, so angle G is across from it, making it the biggest angle. The smallest side is FG. FG touches angle F and angle G, so angle E is the smallest angle. Same thing here, we're going to go greatest to least, so my biggest side is FE, making D my biggest angle. Smallest side is DE, making F my smallest angle. And again, it's really important to point out, I use my angle symbol to talk about the angles. This says angle D, angle E, angle F. It's really important you keep naming these things correctly. So go ahead and pause here and give these two a shot. So again, I'm going from greatest to least. So I'll find my biggest side over here, ST. Means R is my biggest angle. Smallest side is SR, which means T is my biggest angle. And so that's how I'll list them, R, S, T, from greatest to least. I'm going to do the same thing for this guy. 17 LK is my biggest side, making J my biggest angle. 14 JK is my smallest side, making L my smallest angle. And so I'll list these, angle J, angle K, angle L, from greatest to least, biggest angle to smallest angle. So that's it, no form. Go ahead and show me your notes, ask me any questions you might have. I hope you learned something, and go ahead and jump on the practice.